socials, because we have an amazing social media team. If you've been seeing us flooding your socials, please can I see you indicate? Anybody? What do you mean? Our visibility should be more than that. Okay, Fred has been seeing us. Who else has been seeing us? All right. So, okay, Emmanuel too can confirm to that. All right. Thank you all very much once again. So you've definitely been seeing us because we've been doing an amazing job trying to reach out to every single one of you, because what we have is worth being dispatched to everybody, right? So we cannot just hide this knowledge. So that's why you have to. So you've seen 10 Analytics, awesome. So 10 Analytics business is also a branch of 10 Analytics. You know the way the world is evolving. Everybody it's no longer the max, right? It's Pro Max, right? Even when you want to get an iPhone for you want to get the Pro version, right? That makes you big and sound. So it's similarly, Tenalytics is like the main body, and now they decide to have Tenalytics Business, which is like the Pro Max version that deals with the incorporation of artificial intelligence. Okay, so what we do is we try to help a lot of organizations, businesses, and individuals like yourselves, right? So we try to help you all upskill in the knowledge of artificial intelligence, AI. Okay, so please, just to get started, yeah, I just made mention of something, right? That we upskill individual businesses and organizations in AI. So AI is a tool that you all know AI, right? So can anyone tell me what tool they've been using in AI so far? What tool have you been using so far? We all know the most popular one, right? But I just want you to type it. What's your favorite AI tool that you've used recently? You can just type it so I can read through. ChatGPT. I was telling some of my students over the weekend that the day ChatGPT will vex and say it is not doing again, that day a lot of people will be in trouble. A lot of people will be in trouble at work. Probably will have a lot of people being sacked at this point, because we are so dependent on these tools. And I'm seeing so many amazing, you guys are pros. I'm seeing Gemini, DeepSeek, awesome. Gen Spark, Nano Banana for visuals, amazing. Pictree. Okay, I've not tried Pictree before, but that sounds interesting. I'll definitely check it out. You guys are already your stars, your superstars. Meta AI, Gen Spark. Now you're naming things. So you're already AI gurus in a way. That's amazing. Lovely. So it means we are not new to what AI means, right? So for the masterclass tonight, I am going to be introducing to you guys a very important aspect of it, which is how to analyze business processes in minutes. Because a lot of people feel, or rather think, that AI is going to get your job. Is it true? Do you agree? Yes or no? Do you think AI is here to get your jobs? Yes or no? If you agree that that is true, yes or no? No, good. I love that. Even with the capital letter, Lima, no, big no. Please do not think it is there to get your job. The only thing that's going to be getting your job is the same human like you that has the skill that you probably didn't want to learn. Okay, so you just need to make sure you upskill, you learn every day and all of that. So we understand that AI has been integrated across all sectors, whether your field is technical or non-technical. Like now, for instance, we'll be doing a case study on what business analysis, integration of AI on business processes. That is something that is done in the career path for business analysts, which will lead me to my introduction. My name is Aisha. Okay, my name is Aisha, and I am a data professional. Okay, which means that I'm quite skilled across the data space. Okay, and I'm also a certified business analyst. Okay, I'm a CBAP certified business analyst, agile scrum master, ITPM. You can just call me jack of all trades. At this point, clap for me. It's not easy. I've done my part of learning. I've done my part of the whole adventure. All right. So now it's left for every single one of you now to come and get the knowledge that we have. And this is just me being, this is just me out of a lot of qualified facilitators that we have at Analytics Business. Okay. So at Analytics Business, make sure that only professionals, only people with experience, right, come to teach and to just give you guys the knowledge on a practical level. So whatever would be taught to you are things based on what we are all currently experiencing at work. Okay. So yeah, I'm also, aside from, I think I talked about being a data professional, I'm also a full-time facilitator at Analytics Business. I take the Gen AI for business analysis, right? So it means this masterclass corresponds to what? The role as a business analyst. Okay. So I'm going to quickly walk you guys through something very interesting. We're not going to be doing the technical parts, right? You know, I can't give you guys all the information. So I'll just give you the interesting parts that will make you ask the question and come back to find me that, okay, what's happening? No, you cannot just give me small and leave me like that, right? I need to get all the information. So the session for tonight will be divided into two. Within the next 30 minutes, I'm going to try to take you guys through a very interesting masterclass on this. Then my colleague will take over to give you guys the secrets, to talk about the secrets of, okay, what part is right for you? Because there are so many professional spaces, right? So which is best for you? But the most interesting thing and the most common thing across all these different professional spaces is the fact that you can incorporate artificial intelligence into it. Okay, I'm not going to jump right into that. That secret sauce would be delivered by Mohammed very soon. Okay, so now let's jump right in. Please, can you confirm you can see my screen? All right, thank you very much. Good. Awesome. Amazing. So let's talk about business processes, right? So remember I made mention of the fact that I'm in the path of business analysis, right? I'm a business analyst at a point. So, and business analysis, you'd find out that this particular path is very essential for different organizations. So briefly, what a business analyst will do is to ensure that they identify business problems, okay, and they look at ways of recommending business solutions, right, that would impact the stakeholders, okay, and impact the whole entire organization. And that sounds awesome, right? Like, who wouldn't want to be in such spaces where you're moving with the big boys and you're moving with stakeholders, you're making decisions, you are learning. One interesting thing about that part, right, of business analysis is the fact that I just love the fact that I get to learn every day, because you need to be knowledgeable. In a way, it's a combination of data analysis and what? And project management, all joined together, 2 in 1 or multiple in 1. It's not easy. So all in all, the point is, a lot of businesses, right, when you talk about process are steps. If I'm to ask you right now, what is the process of making noodles? Who can tell me what the first step is? Let me test your cooking skills. Those of you that cook, especially for the guys on the call that avoid entering the kitchen. You boil water, okay, good. After boiling water, is it water you boil first? Is it water you decide to boil first? Nelson and Zoe, you don't know how to make noodles. So when you enter the kitchen, you want to boil the water first. Nelson says, break the noodles. Yeah, I know your type. We understand. You break it, you pound it, so it's very, very grainy. Okay, Henry, good. You turn on the gas. Good. You turn on the gas, then what do you do after turning on the gas? I need to get more comments. We are over 60 on the call. Don't we know how to make noodles? We need to have a cooking competition here. So you turn on the gas, then I'd expect you to look for an equipment called what? What's that equipment you need to put on the gas? In the pot. Exactly. Put the pot on fire. Thank you, Cyril. To put the pot on the fire. You light after lighting the gas, you put the pot on fire. You look for the water, clean water. You pour the clean water. Then you add your noodles to it. Then you put the seasoning to it, right? And you add maybe pepper, oil, and all of that. And you just wait for the water to dry out till it's soft, till it's al dente. Yeah, I'm giving you guys chef terminology. Al dente, right? So that's what you do when your noodles is prepared. But that's just that is the first step. We know that those that really know how to make noodles, those kind of noodles that you'll be sweating, you'll be crying with tears, right? They know how they fry the pepper. The the pepper is always fried, right? Then they parboil the noodles and they do some sort of stir fry and all of that. So that takes a lot of time, right? You don't want to come back from work feeling exhausted and go through that stress. Not advisable. So now you understand that is the process of what making noodles. So the same way we have processes happening in our lives, right? In businesses, there are processes. There are processes for every single thing you do at work. An organization cannot grow without understanding its processes, without being able to optimize its process, that is, improve its process. You know, the way we just talk about the simple way of making noodles process, that's like a very easy way. I could decide to optimize it to try to make the big boys noodles where I'm adding sardine, I'm adding eggs, I'm adding vegetables, I'm adding so many things, right, to it. That is another version. That's the pro version of it. You get it, right? So now we understand the simple version, we understand the pro version. So that's what processes mean. Even in organization, in businesses, you're running a business currently, you need to be able to understand, okay, how is our business operating right now for every single step? For instance, now, Jumia, okay? So Jumia, who happens to be, how many of us know Jumia? If you know you shopped on Jumia this year, I'm not trying to advertise Jumia, although my name sounds like Jumia, but I'm not trying to. Okay, we can see people that shop. You guys are rich, in this economy. You are shopping. Okay, all right, no problem. So that's good. So you understand that that's like an e-commerce platform. Yeah. So an e-commerce platform where you shop. So they would have multiple processes. They could have, okay, yeah. Oh, that's good. That's nice to meet you. So you understand that they would have like a process for shipment, a process for ordering, a process for payment, a process. So they need to have different processes of every single activity going on in the organization. But they are not now going to stop there. And that is where a business analyst comes in, not stopping at the simple initial process. After understanding the process, you want to do more things. Things like what? You want to make sure that you are basically trying to optimize it, improve it. Okay. And now the issue there now is that, okay, so optimization of it just really talks about how it's very important for you to move on from what? The traditional way of doing things to maybe a better way of going about it. All right. So now what is the tool that you can use for this to make it easier? That tool is called Miro AI. So Miro AI is a tool that we can use to optimize our processes. This is just one out of multiple things, right? There are so many things that goes into trying to ensure that your process is optimized. But imagine not being able to waste time on documentation, on optimization, on the flow diagram or mapping. All those things are things that take time. I remember we said we are on the mission of making things faster and easier for us at work. Okay. So let's say you're hired as a business analyst and you're hired to what? Optimize a process. One of the things you have to look for is look for tools that can help you be fast, be proficient. Okay. So you have to be fast in your dealings. And AI tools like what? Miro can also help you do that. It's as simple as dumping your information into it. It's all about prompting. See, the secret to what anything AI is prompting. Prompt engineering is very, very important, especially when you're working with LLMs, which are large language models. Example of LLMs are things like ChatGPT, Gemini, Cloud AI, all those tools that you're familiar with. Okay? You need to know that a machine or an AI tool is a dummy only until you're able to feed it with the right instruction. How many of us are computer science students here? Computer science. If you know you studied computer science, give me a thumbs up if you study computer science. At least you did computer studies. Okay, Sunday study computer science. Or you did computer studies in school, maybe in your high school, right? Or college. Okay, that's good. Ezekiel, that also works. So the point is, I wanted to introduce you guys to something called programming. When you look at definition of programming, right? Programming means what? Series of instruction, step-by-step series of instruction given to a what? System. So it means that the way the system works, the machine or the computer does not understand anything until you give it the instruction. It is static until you give it the instruction to be dynamic. So similar to all the tools that you're going to be learning or going to be using, every tool is static. Every tool is a dummy until you activate it. And the only way you can activate it is to give it the context that makes sense. So you can never rely on AI tools. You can never rely on it for your final decisions. It can only assist you, okay? But your human quality, your human capability, your human experience needs to be put into it to conclude on the decision you want to make. Exactly, Zoe. Every tool is a dummy until you activate it. Thank you very much for that. So please just know that alone on its own is enough reason for you to be confident that which tool will replace me? Human being that has experience. Does ChatGPT understand what living in Tinubu's era is? Does any AI to understand the experiences of when the weather is hot or cold and other stuff like that? No, they don't understand the human experience. Although the goal is for them to. So I wouldn't say 100% in the next decade, we wouldn't get there, right? But I'm pretty sure God himself will not permit for that invasion to happen on his land, right? So all in all, talking about the tools, right? It's just for you to have the idea, for you to have the context, and you are 100% good to go. Okay? So I'm going to walk you through some steps to help you analyze the business processes, just in a very brief level. Okay, just on a very brief level. So this is what the workflow would be, guys. Can you see what I'm showing you? So this is the summarized version of how the workflow would be. What's the first thing you can see on my screen? What's the first thing you can see on my screen? What's number one? Can you type it? What can you see there? Everything out. So I was actually referring to the number one inscribed there. You can see my face. Nelson, what are you saying? Look at the screen, oh. Are you not seeing the screen? Nelson says they can't see mine. Please try to hover on the screen. Nelson. Yeah, Mohammed, you want to speak?
All right, guys, if you want to get the slides and the recording of this session, ensure to fill the form. The form is in the attendance form is in the chat box. Okay, so ensure to fill out the attendance form, please. So you see Blessing, one of my colleagues, posting the attendance form in the chat box. So ensure to click on it, fill it out, so that I can get all the materials Aisha and myself will be using in this session. Cheers, guys.
All right, thank you very much, Mohammed, for that. So please, the slide is interesting. Okay, very interesting slide. You don't want to miss out on that at all. So please try to fill in the form. Probably Blessing would pin that message or reshare. Okay, so please click on it. It wouldn't take you how many seconds? Just like 60 seconds and you're done. Okay, so the first thing is dump context, not my face, please. So for dumping context, it means everything out. That is, we want to be sure to see every single thing that every idea, every context that we have in our head, right, on the task, you put it there on that tool. So that's the first thing you do. Then the next thing is you want to be able to structure this request, because your ideas can be very scattered. Idea 1, 2, 3, there are just so many scattered ideas. But you need to be able to structure it such that it's structured in a way that the system can understand it. Okay. At times, the way we prompt things, we just prompt it and we expect the system to just understand 100%, right? But in a way, garbage in, garbage out. So make sure your garbage is a good garbage so that you can see the fragrant garbage at the end of it, right? So there's something called RTCF, okay? So it just means roles, tasks, context, and format, which is the structure of what your prompting should be about. Then when you're done with that, you want to bring it to life. You want to be able to visualize it, visualize what you have. Then you also, after visualizing the process, then you identify what are the issues. Okay, Jumia's current process for ordering items involves the customer doing step A, step B, step C, but then step B always gets delayed. Step B and step D seems to be repetitive. You get, so those are things that you want to be able to analyze and find out all those things, right? So then after doing that, you now execute it, action plan. Okay, so individual steps, this sounds like very individual steps that will take your time. But luckily for us, we have tools that can help us make us fast with our delivery. You don't have to waste time documenting multiple times. But remember, whatever you feed it, your AI tool is a dummy, okay, until you activate it, right? Remember that our quotes. So your tool is a dummy until you activate it. So make sure that you activate it by feeding it with rich, detailed information, please, okay? So now, I have a very interesting case study I want us to do, and it's quite relatable. And I want us to analyze and build the process for college student onboarding. How do you go about building the process for a college student onboarding? I mean, we've all been to college, right? Please rep your schools. Rep your schools. What college did you finish from, or are you currently in? Rep your schools. Since majority of us are Nigerians on the call, so just rep your school. Is it UI? Is it Unilag? Is it Uniden? Is it Futa, Futo? Okay, Lautech, good. Who else? Who else? Let's see which one is the most popular college student here. Who's the most popular college student? Okay, we have now. That's good. Uniden, Ilorin, Mainland College. Okay, now, oh, I can see 2 nows now. That's good. Yabatech, awesome, awesome, awesome. It's so funny. I'm never seen any Unilag. Yeah, UI, good, good, good. Lautech. Okay, that makes sense. Makes sense. Kuto, Federal University. That's good. Owerri, PTI, Uni Abuja, Foye, Fulafia. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay, okay. All of this makes a whole lot of sense. Okay, so just rep your college, rep your college. Look me now, that's good. That's good. I can see a lot of lovely colleges here being repped. Amazing. So now we all understand how very, very tasking it is as a student of, especially a Nigerian university, whereby their processes is still, it still needs adjustment in so many ways, right? The process of the current federal universities, especially, right? It still needs a lot of adjustment, right? So one of the issues that you would realize is during onboarding, like when you've probably been given an admission, you know how long the first year, you guys can agree with me with a thumbs up. The first year, 100 level, first semester, it's always very stressful. With documentation here, documentation there, you would have to line up, you have to wait for somebody to resume late because it's a federal school or a government staff. But it's just so stressful. You do medicals, you line up for this and that. The stress is a lot. Okay? It's a lot. I know abroad, it's just fair. But I wouldn't say it's also not stressful there. There too, I think it's like a general educational system, but the level of stress is just different. Probably because we are Nigerians and we are used to hardship. So the level of hardship here is hard. I'm pretty sure if we decide to like swap, right, now maybe those abroad should come to Nigeria and try to look at the schooling system, they'll likely just faint and give up and withdraw. Most of them will. Okay, so now that's just something very simple we want to do right now. So what has been happening in university? So in this particular university, let's call it green green. I'm trying to look for a name, just a fictional name right now. Does anyone has an idea for a fictional name that we can give it? What kind of university should we title this? Because there's so many zombies. Maybe zombie college, right? Does that sound good? Zombie college. Okay, so Gideon, you said the link for the attendance is not active. Please, who else is experiencing the link not being active? Any other person? Please, if you can access the link, can you give a thumbs up so I can know it's not just Gideon? Okay, Gideon, what's the issue? Do you probably want to copy the old text, paste it on your WhatsApp, and extract out the link if possible? Because anything, just do anything you can do to get the slide, right? The slide is very important so you can review it, okay? So please do that. Okay, Abiola, do you want to talk about the link not working? Is that what you want to talk about? Because I can see your hand being raised. Is it the link? If it's the link, just give me a thumbs up because I don't want I don't want you guys to be unmuting and speaking. Okay, I'm not sure I got that. Okay, Abiola or Adamu, is it the link? Okay, Topic can't access the link. Okay, Deborah, do you probably just want to paste only the link on the message so that they can just copy the link and paste it in their browser? So it's probably those that are using iPhone or so. I know there's a particular device that opposes to this. Okay, so maybe Deborah can help us paste only the link without the text. So what you do is copy the link and paste it in your browser. Please, it's important for you to fill that form so you can access the material. So as I was saying, this is Zombie College, right? It's a university, and the onboarding department, okay, is a place that is very chaotic. So many chaos. People are shouting and asking for so many things. There's a part of where are my ID cards? Where are the financial aid for international students? The dorm is full, like Unilag. They don't always have freedoms. I'm here to bash out Unilag students. Sorry about that. So you understand, those kind of issues are just going on in this zombie college, and everyone is turning to a zombie at this point with so many complaints. So who can tell me who is going to have the headache of all this that is going on? Who's going to have the headache at the end? The headache will be on who? What departments in that college? Anybody? What departments in that college? The science department. Okay, for onboarding. Okay, I think what you're trying to say, Nelson, is the department of the particular students, right? So, but this is something that has to do with the university now. Okay, the onboarding department, yeah. The administrative department, that's the word I was looking for, okay? The administrative department would be the ones with the most headache because they're just trying to know, okay, what's happening? These are new students that are joining in. How are we going to get them you understand? How are we going to get them the particular things that they're requesting for the ID card, all of those things? Just so many chaos, right? And the boss of the admin team, let's say the VC, the vice chancellor, comes in. What is happening, right? The dean. So the dean is asking, what is happening? Why do we always have this place very crowded, very noisy, very chaotic, quarrel? The students are turning to zombies at this point. How can we make this process be optimized such that we don't keep facing this issue every single time? So now the task is to transform a week long of manual mapping into an instant insight. So that is the plan. Okay. Should we help them out? Should I show you how to go about it? Should I show you how we can assist the admin team to go about this? Okay, Andrew said, yeah. Is it just Andrew that wants to know? How about others? You guys don't want to know. Good, Kelechi, all right, okay. Oh, manual. All right, awesome. Don't worry. You don't have to beg me. I'll show you. All right, so this is actually very simple. And the tool that we're going to be using is, what was the tool I talked about at the start of this session? What's the tool I mentioned? Does anyone remember? What's the name of the tool I mentioned? Yeah, Mirror AI, Mirror. Good. Just try to look at it like the mirror you have at home. Okay, Mirror AI. Thank you very much. Since you guys are following, thank you so much. So Mirror AI is a tool that we decide to use to visualize the skills. Like, let's see the skills. And before we can try to improve, before you can think of ways of doing things better, before you can solve a problem, you need to understand the problem itself, right? So what exactly is the problem? Mirror would help us visualize it, and we can look at ways of solving this issue. So remember, we talked about the steps. The first step is what? Having the context, right? Feed it with the idea, with the context, with the content, right? Things like, okay, what are the things happening? You put this in the sticky notes. Student emails go spam. So people complain about payment error, right? Financial aid delays, ID card photo lost and retrieval, all those different things that you encounter, right? Those things are like feedbacks that you're getting from different students, maybe from a form, maybe from word of mouth, but at least you know that these are the common issues. So what you need to do is what? To get and gather all of those things, feed it to the tool called Mirror AI, because context is king, right? Context is king. So after going through the first step of feeding in the tool into the AI platform, remember, we are still looking at what? Zombie college onboarding process, right? So we've gotten the context, right? The content, rather, we've gotten the content. The next thing is for us to what? Write a well-structured prompt. What I mean by prompt is that information that you're sending to the AI tool. Whatever you decide to write to the AI tool is your prompt. When you tell ChatGPT, please write a mail to my boss telling him or her about my absence from work tomorrow. A lot of you do that. And you know the funny thing? You now accidentally paste, thank you for giving me this request. Would you want me to? I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying. Has anybody on this call ever encountered mistakenly sending the prompt result, including the instruction? Have you made that mistake? If you know you haven't made that mistake, let me give yourself a round of applause, because a lot of people make that mistake. Okay, it means you are smart. If you know you haven't, so many people make that mistake, especially the down part, like forgetting the fact that at the bottom, the AI tool would also say, please, would you want me to expand on this? And some of us mistakenly, accidentally add that. Okay, so please be careful. Don't do that. Don't do that kind of stuff. You'll be fired that day. Okay, so yeah, so the next thing is for you to now write prompts. Okay, and make sure when you're writing prompts, they are strategic. See, it is called prompt engineering. Anytime you hear the word engineering, you think of big things. So it's called prompt engineering. So make sure your prompt is engineered well. Okay, that's like another learning part entirely, another subject on its own. Then you try to you feed it with the prompt, okay, and you visualize it. So it gives you a process that you can visualize. Okay, you see the process of the step that, okay, initially, this is currently how the student goes about onboarding. Okay, so you've seen it. But from it, you'll be able to see the jargon that exists. You'll be able to see the issues that exist, the bottlenecks. You can identify it when you visualize it. Okay, then you think of ways of optimizing it. So another thing that this AI tool can do for you is to be able to convert it into a document. So, because this is something you want to present to your stakeholders. So talk about objectives, the success metrics, stakeholders, right, brief, and all of that. So being able to convert it to is a very, very interesting thing, then you get to present it to your stakeholders, and they wouldn't know that it's the tool that did the heavy lifting. Oh my God, you're a genius, right? It's the way people used to acknowledge the person that uses the tool and not the tool itself. I don't know if you guys notice, right? When you do something amazing that you know yourself, it's quite obvious that it's AI that assisted you. Your boss would not they will not praise chats and say, "Oh, ChatGPT, you deserve a bonus or so." In fact, it might be the free platform the staff is using. They wouldn't say, "Oh, let's just upgrade to it," right? But instead, it's the staff they hail. So, well, it's good for us, right? So nobody needs to know about that. So that is how you accomplish it. So what I'm going to be doing next is just present my screen, my other screen that shows the tool. So I can just show you the interface and the possibilities with this tool very quickly. So just give me a minute to do that, okay? But are you guys following? Please, can I get a reaction? A thumbs up if you're following, you're enjoying the session, right? You understand what I am explaining to you, because that's really what matters, that you understand. Awesome. Good. Okay. So if it sounds very interesting, I would love that you find it interesting. So I'm sharing my screen. I believe I'm sharing that side of my screen. Okay, well, be behind me. Oh. Don't leave the lane. We're still together. Yeah, Mohammed, do you want to say something? Your hand is raised.
Yeah, thank you very much, Aisha. Please, guys, don't forget to fill out the attendance form. Okay, it will be a shame if you don't get Aisha's slides and all the materials that she'll be using, including the recording of this session. Okay, so do want to fill the attendance form out if you haven't already. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Please, once again, fill it in. Okay, I can see some people on this call that are not meant to be on this call. Hello, you're welcome. All right. So, yeah. So this is the introduction to the Mirror, right? The Mirror AI tool that I talked about. Again, it's like a Canva, right? It's like a whole big box, right? A big board, rather like a whiteboard where you get to do so many things, right? So it doesn't have to be you creating multiple, like what they call, like you creating multiple, what's it called? Like canvas, right? Everything that you are working on in your organization. In fact, the moment they hire you, I would expect you to have this, open a board and have everything highlighted here. It is big enough for everything. Can you see how this just contained a fraction of what I've done here? So I could always adjust, move around the scale to have so many things included. So now back to what we are doing, yeah? You know, the first step I talked about is, who can remind me what the first step is? What's the first step that we talked about? What's the first step? Can anyone remind me what the first step is? Step one. Content. Yes, very good. Dump the context. Yeah. So we need the content. We need to dump it. Okay. And what are those things? Those things are like different feedbacks. Okay, different feedbacks that we're getting from our different feedbacks from the students. Remember, this is about zombie college, right? So some zombie college situation going on here. So what are the things? Some of them are complaining about what? If you read this, let me expand on it. Oh, I waited for 2 weeks to hear back from the financial aid. I've not gotten anything yet. Oh, I uploaded my ID card 3 times. There was an error. I did this, I did that. All of this, if you guys notice, it is written on a note pad, right? How can you get it? It's very simple. You look at this left-hand side, okay? You can see something called sticky notes. You know your sticky notes, right? The sticky note you use to annotate some things on your book or your textbook, right? So you click on it. This is called a sticky note. When you click on it, you can pick different colors. For instance, I'm interested in this color. Then you dump it here. Then you type in whatever you want to type in. For instance, you can say, cafe not feeding me well. That could be something from a particular student complaining about the cafeteria. Maybe he or she was unable to access the cafeteria. This is one, right? So then another thing, again, you're coming in, you're giving me a complaint. So this thing just makes me, now that I'm thinking about it, zombie college can be the type of the type of academy that comes up with this type of university that can come up with a solution at the instant. Imagine if the administrator is seated here. Then as students are coming in, the only thing he or she needs from that student is what? What is your complaint? Then the student says, oh, so thing. Then while the person is speaking, the admin just types it here, then automatically it optimizes and there's a solution for it. Then he or she contacts the right department. That sounds like a college that everybody wants to attend here, right? Right? Wouldn't you want that? Whereby your issues can be resolved ASAP as soon as possible. You don't have to take days, right? So all in all, you want to gather all this information in one place. Just put it in one side. So what happens here was I grouped them. Okay, so after you've highlighted on this card, what you can do is just click here and you can decide to use Mirror AI. You just click on this. Can you see this? This sparkle, right? When you click on it, it tells you to cluster. So clustering means assemble the relevant information. So you could assemble by sentiment, that is with respect to the feeling, or you can assemble by keywords, right? And that was what it did. You assembled by keywords. So you can see that we have some specific keywords here. For instance, the part on administrative delay. So anything involving administrative delay would be automatically segregated in this box. Anything that has to do with technical issue, another box. Inadequate orientation, another box. Inaccessible information, another box. Okay, so you're sure that, okay, these are the different issues that you can see from this issues, technical issues as the most complaints. Okay, so again, these are context. That's the first step. Then the next step is you want to write the prompt, right, to be able to visualize it in a diagram like this. So this is called a process diagram. It looks at the flow from the beginning to the end. How do you go about it? It's as simple as you picking this. So when you click on this sidekick, okay, you click on sidekick, then you click on create diagram or mind map. So when you click on create diagram or mind map, you can write your prompts. And it's as simple as create a full onboarding process, okay, onboarding process for a university, right? And you now write all the multiple contexts, okay? So that is why I said, I made mention of something, I said there's something called prompt engineering, understanding how the prompt is meant to be written, putting the role, putting the context, right? You need to be able to act like an actor, like act as, you're even supposed to start like act as an administrative business analyst, right? Trying to retrieve or trying to like improve the current onboarding process. And below is the context of it. So you type in what you want it to do for you. Then what Mirror AI will do after typing this is to automatically in seconds, it's in seconds, it gives you this. So although it gives you this, you need to read it because this is editable, right? For instance, now I could click on focus mode and I find myself here. Then I have the opportunity of what? Arranging it myself, editing it myself, okay? Just editing it appropriately and aligning it properly to be sure that, okay, this is what I want. For instance, it says you start, the next thing after starting is you receive a university offer. Like that's what university students go through. They receive an offer, then they submit an housing application. Then there's a question of whether or not they've completed the application. Then they submitted their financial aid. What happens next? So this is like how the whole process for this university works, right? Currently, okay, you've been able to map that out immediately. Then you now have some sort of like an executive summary for this. How do you go about it? You could decide to do something like this. You highlight on this. So if you know you want to create a document now, I could decide to say, I'm going to highlight this current state, this map, and this text. I've highlighted both of them. Then I'm now going to click on this Mirror AI. Then let's say what I want to produce is a document. Then I'll just click on brief documents. You guys will see how it is creating one for me. So I've given it the image, we've generated the image, we have the feedbacks. Okay, now I want you to produce a brief document for me. Can you see how it is already assembling the document based on the things that I've shared with it? Because if you have to read through this, you see it says, oh, the problem statement, these are the problems identified. This is the importance of solving the problem. These are the opportunities. These are the data points. Okay, these are the risks, the target audience, right? So it's like breaking all of it. Can you see how awesome this is? Then you can now read through it. You can adjust your prompt. You can make it repeat itself and all of that. And you can now even tell it to recreate a diagram for an actual flow that is better than the current flow. It's as simple as that. Okay. Are you guys still with me? Are you following? Can you see one of the amazing things that this tool can do? Can you confirm you're still with me? All right, Zero, good. How about others? If others confirm you can stay with me. Okay, awesome. Godson asked, is it a paid to any delicious food requires what? Requires what? Who wants to help us out with it? It requires money, right? It requires money. But one of the most interesting things that a lot of tools have been doing right now is you have access to a limited thing to get it. Like, for instance, what I used to create that was a free version, but there's a limit to it. Exactly, the money make food sweet. You get that? So there's a limit. There are more great, huge things you can do for it, but there's something called credits that exists amongst all these tools. If you're using the free version, ChatGPT also has a credit. There's a limited number of prompts you can run in a day to tell you to wait. If I feel ChatGPT is the most lenient amongst all others, they wouldn't tell you to wait till afternoon or evening. They tell you to wait for like maybe 7 days, a week after. Okay, Henry, I'm not sure why you can't access the form though. I'm not sure why you can't access the form. Probably, have you tried copying it? Please copy the message link, paste it to your private chat box, and extract the information into your browser. Please do that. Okay. So again, you have to pay to access greater packages, but the free package is also very, very accessible, okay, and useful. You can still use it, right, depending on what you want to do through it. So this is just a very little, so this is just something very little out of the huge things, and there's so many tools that you're going to be learning. Okay, this is just one part, right? We have over 100, okay, to talk about, but I'm going to be ending the class now. Thank you all very much. I hope you've been able to understand the master class that I've been able to explain to you right now. But this is not the end. Again, remember what I said. The secrets to how to ensure that all of this is possible for you in your professional journey and in your career has to be understood tonight. Okay, and my amazing colleague Mohammed is going to do justice to just that. I just hope you found this master class very interesting and this case study very interesting to see the possibilities, one of the possibilities out of so many other things out there. Okay, thank you once again. Mohammed, I'll hand over to you right now.
All right, thank you very much, Aisha. Thank you, everyone. First off, confirm you can hear me loud and clear. Confirm you can hear me loud and clear. You see, I learned something new in this session. I don't know about you guys, okay, but I learned something new. Did you learn something? Did you learn anything new? Did you learn anything new? Fantastic. So if you learned something new, do well to fill out the attendance form, because guess what? We are just starting, okay? We are not done yet, okay? This is, a football match has first half and second half, all right? Welcome to second half, okay? We're going to learn more, all right? So you can see what Aisha did. She used Miro AI. Without stress, you can deliver real value. And that's what a company cares about, any organization cares about. Nobody cares really about your methods through which you get value. What they care about is the actual value, okay? So, and that's why coding is going extinct, okay? It's amazing that it's coming from my mouth, but Okay, please someone should inform Blessing to send yesterday's video tutorial. Did you fill the form? If you fill the form, you'd get it. Okay. But the best thing you can do is fill the form today, okay, and also follow us around all our socials, okay. Subscribe to our YouTube, subscribe to what else? All the subscribables. Just subscribe. Type 10 Analytics Business, and you'll be good to go. Are you sure we can still hear me? Can we still hear me? Can we still hear me? Can we hear me? Okay, thank you very much, Nelson. So as I was listening to Aisha, okay, I said, you know what? Since I'm coming on board and I'll share my screen, okay, why not play around with an AI tool myself, okay, and come and show you the result of the result of the AI. Okay, so what I did was I went into an AI tool called Notebook LM, and I said, you know what? Create a slide for me telling a story about three professionals. The first one is the professional that does not care about AI. Okay, I don't care. The second one believes that AI is going to take their job, so they are scared and they've already even given up before they started. And then there is this third professional, and their own mindset is that they see AI as a tool, just like any other tool, and they are using it to their advantage, just like Aisha used it to their advantage. Okay, just the way Aisha used it to their advantage. And guess what? I have a fully fledged slide right now about that particular story. If you want to see the slide, and if you want to get a copy of that slide, okay, I'll tell you where to get it. Fill the form first off. That's the first criteria. Fill the form. So I'll share my screen now, okay, and we'll first talk about the career path. What are the opportunities? Now, we've used Miro AI, right? But what are the real opportunities? Okay, what are the real opportunities out there that you can actually get into, and how can you take real steps, practical steps to get into the AI space? Okay, AI has come to stay, whether we like it or not. So it's either you join, okay, they say if you can't beat them, you join them. This one, you don't even have a choice. You can't beat them. Okay, don't even check whether you can beat them. You can't beat AI. So join the boss, join the group of people that are using AI to win. So I'm going to share my screen now, and I would love that you give me a thumbs up when you can see my screen. Now you can see my face, but you will see my screen. I've not even shared my screen. You guys are already giving me thumbs up, guys. Or am I the one? Is it my network? Am I behind? Am I behind myself? Okay, great. I believe you can see my screen now. I believe you can see my screen now. I believe we can all see my screen. All right, so we want to discuss something. Again, please, if I forget to show you that story, remind me, okay? Because I can forget to show you now, okay? I created a slide and a video, but I'll show you the slide, okay? I'll show you the slide. And then I'm also going to post the video on LinkedIn. So do well to also follow me on LinkedIn. Don't worry, I'll share the link with you. You'll be able to follow me on LinkedIn so you can see all the materials some of the materials, okay, that you need. So the key thing is, what career options do we offer here at 10 Analytics Business? And there are 6, okay? And these 6 career paths are AI driven. The first one is, let me pick up my laser so that we can follow me very well. So the first one is vibe coding. Vibe coding. Has anybody heard vibe coding before? Vibe coding. A lot of people are scared when you hear coding. People want to run. Even me. The first time I heard vibe coding, I was like, nah, it's not my type of thing. But hang on, what actually is vibe coding? Vibe coding is, oh, I love to create applications, software, and websites. I want to be able to create websites, but guess what? I don't want to write codes. I want AI to write the codes for me. I just want to see the result, and if it meets my requirements, I go with it. If not, I tell the AI to make changes, and it makes the changes for me. So instead of me coding, I am vibing. Okay? Instead of me coding, I am what? I'm just vibing to the results the AI is giving me. That is what vibe coding is. Don't worry, I was not the one who named it vibe coding. Okay, that's what it's called in the industry. Okay, and sometimes I love to call it AI vibe coding because so many people, when you say vibe coding, they will just run. They don't want to hear anything. But vibe coding is actually a career path where you can build functional, real apps. So you've never dreamt of creating an app before. In fact, I think that was yesterday. I created an app in a session like this live with a set of people. If you were here yesterday, you would have seen that. So you can create actual apps, real apps that would work, okay, using vibe coding. So if you want to become a developer, but you don't want to learn how to code, vibe coding is for you. Then you also have AI content and video creation. Um, if you're on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and any social media platform whatsoever, you'd have seen tons and tons of AI generated content. Okay, and do well to fill out the form. Okay, I can still see the link to the form in the chat. So do well to fill out the attendance form. Okay. So as I was saying, you see a lot of AI created content, right? And you can use them for different purposes. So if you are here and you want to create a faceless YouTube page, you want to be able to create marketing campaign videos for organizations, you want to be able to create stories, comic books, and sell them, then AI video content creation is for you. Okay, and then we have AI automation engineering. Now, we have entered an era where nobody wants to hire a virtual assistant anymore. Nobody wants to hire a PA anymore. Do you know why? There are several AI systems that are now being created to replace virtual assistants. You now have AI that can understand your calendar, okay? They understand your schedule. Anybody who seeks to book a meeting with you, the AI will have a conversation with them, look through your calendar, tell them when you are available and when you are not, and then help them book that time, and then inform you that you now have a new booking, you have a new meeting for so and so time. Okay. Now, AI can do this, but guess what? These AI systems don't create themselves. Who creates them? It is the AI automation engineer. So if you want to be able to build stuffs like that, you want to become an AI automation engineer. Joshua, fantastic. You're interested in AI automation engineering. Good. Okay, good. And as I'm explaining them, please tell me which one you're interested in. Okay, you can type it in the chat. I'll be super glad to know. More importantly, fill out the attendance form. Okay, so that you're good to go. Now, then you have generative AI for data analytics. Now, if you are already in data analytics or you are planning to get into the data analytics ecosystem, the best way to get into it now is by learning generative AI for data analytics. So you are not just learning some of the tools you need to know as a data analyst. You are learning how to use AI in those tools. Miro is not new. The tool Aisha used is not necessarily new. Miro is not new, okay? But the AI feature in Miro is something that recently came up, okay? So organizations, tech companies, every organization, okay, tech or non-tech, they are upgrading their own systems in AI. Is it now me and you that will sit down and watch that happen without doing anything about it? No. So you want to learn how to use AI in your data analytics and even go as far as creating an AI assistant that can analyze data. If you want to learn how to do that, then you want to go for generative AI, generative. I said generative. Go, you're the one that caused it. You said genetics. Okay, genetics AI. Did I say genetics? I did not say genetics. So I said generative. Okay, generative AI for data analytics. So now you also have AI for business analysis and project management. In short, in fact, that is what Aisha did in the session with us today. If you want to become like Aisha, just go for AI for project management and business analysis. Okay, just go for AI, uh, AI for project management and business analysis. Okay, and then you have AI in HR analytics. Okay, now it's very similar to data analytics, but this is in the HR scheme of things. So if you are into HR here, okay, if you want to get the recording, fill out the attendance form. Okay, one of my team members, Blessing, will put the link in the chat now. So just look out for Blessing in the chat. Click on the link attached to her message and fill out the attendance form. All right, thank you very much. So you can see Blessing has pasted the link now. Okay, so if you are in the HR aspect of things, okay, you are looking at AI in HR analytics. So the world has moved, okay, from just the mundane, jobs, and AI is really taking things to the next level. So let's go ahead. Now let's look at vibe coding. Okay. Now for 8 weeks, give me a second. Let's go to the next slide. So for 8 weeks, you learn from the very basics of vibe coding. What's the foundation of vibe coding? Okay. And then you move on to creating a product requirement document using AI driven development. You go to website building. Okay. You build apps. Then you go to advanced vibe coding where you build a very heavy app. So you may say, oh, am I going to be building simple apps? No, you build a very heavy app as well. Okay, and then you'd go into enterprise applications where you can build CRM tools. If you don't know what CRM is, okay, it's called customer relations management. So it's a tool you can use to manage customers. Every business's dream to have their own CRM. So imagine you being able to create a CRM and sell to businesses. All right. Now, to wrap up the program, you then go through a capstone hackathon. Okay, you do a capstone hackathon project where you'd actually be scored and you'll be giving feedback. Then we move to AI video content creation. Okay, you go into the foundation. Again, everything starts from scratch. Okay, the foundation. You go to prompt engineering, you use text to image, AI video editing, AI voice and audio, content packaging, and then you go to automation as well. And you also have a capstone hackathon in this program. So that is AI video content creation. You also have AI automation engineering where you get to learn from the foundation. You use N8N to build AI agents. Okay. You go into advanced automation where you get to use APIs. So if you want to be able to deploy your AI agent on WhatsApp, on your phone calls, on messages, or any other platforms, third-party platform, you use API, okay, and all of that. Then you also go into, for those who want to go for AI for data analytics, you start from the foundation. What is data? And then what is generative AI? And how do two of them conjoin? Okay, then you go to Excel, Microsoft Excel. Okay, then you learn how to use Copilot in Excel to analyze data using AI. Imagine talking to an AI and saying, oh, AI, can you analyze the data and answer these key questions for me? What is my top 5 selling products over the last quarter? And it's going to bring that chart for you. You don't have to drag and drop. You don't have to click here, click there. Okay, and the AI does the analysis for you. So you just have to sit down and okay. So thinking has now become the real skill that you need to learn these days. AI. Then you go into Power BI and Copilot, Enterprise AI, where you use Microsoft Fabric, modern AI tools. I love to talk about this. Now, you see, We know Excel, we know Power BI, but have you heard of Julius AI, Bricks AI, Zebra AI, Quadratic AI? These are data analytics AI tools. Some of them can write codes for you. Some of them will build a functional dashboard for you. Some of them will analyze your data and create a live report sheet with your data. Okay, you don't have to do anything other than just chat with the AI. All right, and so many other fantastic stuffs like that. So, and then you move into for those who are going for AI in project management, you'd use pretty much the tools that Aisha used. If you look down here, you see Miro. Can you see Miro here? Can you see Miro? The same Miro AI that Aisha used. So you learn it here. Can you see Miro here again? So among several other tools, okay, among several other tools. And then you have AI for HR analytics, okay. So as a HR, one of the things that will drive your value in any company is moving away from the mundane known HR activities like hiring, looking through CVs manually and all of that, to actually analyzing people performance within the organization, okay, and being able to visualize that. Okay, can we still hear me, guys? Can we hear me? Can we hear me? Okay, so a lot of people have not filled the attendance form. A lot of people have not filled the attendance form. And if you are one of them, the link is in the chat box right now. Just click on it and fill it out. Okay, if for any reason you can't click on it, copy it and paste it in the browser and fill it out. Okay, that way you get access to my slides. And that slide that I promised, do you remember there's a slide I promised I'll show you guys that I've not shown you guys? There's a slide I said I'll show you guys. Again, I had forgotten already. I just came back to my mind to remind me, okay, so that I show you. It's here, it's behind this slide. So ensure to remind me before we close for today. Okay, now, after your learning, one of the things we've seen here at give me a second. Okay, so one of the things we've seen here at Analytics Business is that if you learn just the technical aspects, you may think as a beginner, you think that's enough. Oh, I've learned something new. Where people should start bringing jobs for me. No, that's not how it works. You have to package. You have to package. Okay, you have to package. Now, what I want you to do, if you cannot fill the form, let me tell you one thing to do, and you have to do it now as we're on this call. Okay, you have to do it now. If you can't fill the form, you can't copy, and you really need my slides, and Aisha's slide, and the slide that I'll show you, that I promise that I'll show you. Through the attendance form. Just say hello. That's what you say. I will get. Can we hear me? Can we hear me? Can we hear me? Okay, so I said that if you've already filled the form, you don't have to do this. Okay, if you've already filled the form, you don't have to do this. But if you've not filled the form, okay, if you have not filled the form yet and you're having issues filling it out, go to the WhatsApp community and just look for any of the admins and send them a message and say, I cannot fill the attendance form. That's all you need to do. If you've already filled it, you don't have to fill it again today. Okay, if you filled it today, you don't have to fill it again. All right. So as I was saying, one thing we've seen here at Analytics Business is that if you learn only the technical aspect, you see that thing Aisha taught you guys, okay? That thing Aisha taught you guys, If you know how to do it, it is not enough. You need to know how to position yourself in the job market for actual opportunities. And you cannot do that without this employability package you get from us at Analytics Business. You have the CV review and revamp, you have the LinkedIn optimization, okay, and that brings me to LinkedIn. So let me show you, let me show you what your LinkedIn should look like. I'll send my LinkedIn link to the chat. Okay, if you can click on it, do well to click on it or copy and paste it. Hopefully it copies for you. All right, but you can just search me on LinkedIn. Okay, so if your LinkedIn page does not look like my own right now, you have a lot of work to do. But the good news, it sounds like bad news, but the good news now is that we are here to help you out, you know, in getting getting your LinkedIn well panel beating, okay, to look sharp. So you have to have an active LinkedIn profile. I'm not looking for jobs, okay, but I am still active on LinkedIn as if I am a job seeker, which means if any opportunities come, guess what? I'll be on the front line for those opportunities, even if I'm not actively looking for jobs. Okay. So you can see some of the posts that I've made, and watch out for some of the posts I'm making tonight after this session. Okay, that's that about that. So your LinkedIn has to look active like that. Then you also have navigating the job market. Where do you apply for these jobs? People say, oh, there are jobs. You are the one that don't know where these jobs are. Okay, so where do you apply to these jobs? And then you have interview preparation. I love to talk about interview preparation, and I'll tell you the reason why. When you join us here at Analytics Business, one of the things you get entitled to is whenever you have an interview coming up, all you need to do is to inform us beforehand, and we will prepare you ahead of the interview. It's going to boost your confidence, okay, and you're going to have an edge over others that will be interviewing for that same role, okay. And you need those two things to actually get the job. You need confidence and you need a head start um, um, compared to your competitors. Then you, and the good thing, like I said, is even after a program has ended, you still get access to the interview preparation. And that shows that what we are trying to build here at Analytics Business is a large community of AI professionals who always can come back to the community and keep on benefiting. And in the long run, we expect you to also give back to other people, you know, to help them, to motivate them to take that bold step like you will be taking tonight. Okay, job reference letters. One of the things we allow you to do here at Analytics Business is to use our brand name as your current or previous experience. Now, it looks simple. It looks simple, right? But here's the twist. When you then get an offer and you need a reference, okay, you can always come back to us and we'll write a compelling reference letter or recommendation letter on your behalf so that you can seal the deal. Then you also have on the job support. After getting that job, you know, sometimes, you know, when you start a new job, it may look blurry in your eye, okay, the first few days. All right. It may look blurry in your face the first few days where you really need help. You can always cry back to us and we'll help you get up on your feet, you know, until you're good to go. And then we have weekly mentorship sessions. Okay, so during the program, every week you will be mentored on some topics like imposter syndrome, how to build your Upwork account if you want to go into freelancing, how to answer tricky interview questions like tell me one of your weaknesses. And because you've prepared one of your weakness, you answer very perfectly and they tell you, okay, can you tell me another weakness? And you're like, I didn't see that coming. So how do you come up with something on your feet, okay, without having to think too much or without having to sound like you were caught off guard, okay? And then you have Upwork optimization. Upwork is a freelancing platform that allows you to get jobs, flexible jobs, not necessarily 9 to 5 or permanent jobs. Okay, flexible jobs. So your time, you define what your timing is. You just ensure you deliver on the project. Okay. Now, after talking about that, okay, the program is for 2 months. Okay, 100% online. Your classes are Saturdays and Sundays. Saturdays 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Sundays 2 to 5 p.m. Now, during the week, we still meet with you on 2 occasions, but they are not necessarily classes. Okay, Tuesdays 9 to 10 p.m. we call it support session. Now, the support session is just like a drop-in session where you just come ask questions based off what was done in the previous classes. So if there are areas you still find, blurry or unclear or gray, you can ask questions. If you also have presentations to do, this is the session you get to do them. Now, does it mean you can't ask questions in class? No, you can ask questions in class. You can ask questions on the WhatsApp group. This is just a third. So what we do for you to help you is a 3-factor authentication. You have classes during the weekend. You have a WhatsApp group where you can always ask questions, and you have a dedicated support session. Guys, clap for Analytics Business. Clap for Analytics Business. Okay, and then on Thursday, all right, on Thursdays, you get what we call mentorship session, 9 to 10 p.m., where you get to cover all those amazing topics like how to introduce yourself. Look, introduction in an interview is underrated. Introduction in an interview, you introducing yourself in an interview is underrated. It can determine the end of the interview. In fact, an employer already knows if they want to hire you just from you introducing yourself. So you have to ace it and nail it. Okay. Now, after you're done with the program, give me a second. After you're done with the program, you're going to go home with a certificate, and not just an ordinary certificate. It is accredited by the ACTD, the American Council of Training and Development. What does that mean? It means that anywhere you present this certificate, it is going to be reckoned with, and it is a good thing to brag about. Okay, even if I'm not a fan of gathering certificates, if you have this one, you need to brag about it, because at the end of the day, it could be the tiebreaker between you and that second candidate that is equally as good as you, okay, but does not have this kind of certificate. So brag about it, okay, especially when you have the workings to show, you have proof, okay, and that we will give to you during the program. You would have tons and tons of projects that you would have worked on to prove your case. Now, these things always seem impossible. It always look impossible until you yourself get it done. Okay. Now, let me talk about some people who passed through our program and they've been able to get into tech. You have Abigail, you have Toyin, you have Benga, you have Nathaniel, you have Abdurrashid. Now, I love to talk about Toyin and Nathaniel. I helped both of them prepare ahead of their interviews, and they went on to get the jobs. So I love talking about them. Each time I see them, I always recall how we were in that session that very evening, and we prepared for 1 hour, just a 1 hour session, okay, and that was the difference that they needed to ace the interview, okay, because I used to tell people I prepare for interview that, look, if you go into an interview and you yourself, you know that the things you said in that interview is nothing spectacular, nothing out of the ordinary. It's what any other person would say in an interview like that. Why do you think they should hire you then? Or judge yourself. Why do you think they should hire you? Nobody is going to hire you because your name starts from M or because your name starts from A. Okay, they would hire you if you are different. So how are you different? How do you stand out in an interview? And you know that, look, these guys have not seen somebody like you before. So those are the things that we're going to teach you here at Analytics Business. Now, this is the future of job reports directly from the World Economic Forum. If you don't know what the World Economic Forum is, go and Google it now. Google it right now. What is World Economic Forum? That is where world decisions are made. That is where nations are represented by some of the strongest individuals, some of the most powerful individuals. And they don't go there to just catch fun. Okay, they go there to make decisions. They go there to determine what are the drivers of businesses between now and the near future. And right now, on the top of that list, AI and information processing technologies are leading, which means, get me right, if you skill up in AI, it can't go wrong for you. It cannot really go wrong for you, except you don't position yourself well. Okay, which was why I highlighted the employability skill training that we offer here at Analytics Business. Now, having said all of this, okay, there is a formula I want you to follow. Okay, and it's called the learn, package, and apply. You want to get a job, you need to learn, package, and apply. You can't leave anyone out of it. If you learn, package, and you don't apply, you are simply saying, I don't want a job. If you learn, but you don't package and you apply, please tell me what you are applying to. Okay? If you apply to the job, people will see your profile, but they're just going to scroll away because you are not different. You are just like every other average job seeking person out there. Okay? Now, if you don't learn, but you package and apply, that is another definition of scam, because please tell me what you're packaging. You don't know it, but you're packaging, right? It's only going to take you as far as acing the interview, and you get exposed on the job. Okay, you get exposed from day one. You get exposed, and they will ask themselves, how did they hire you? Okay, that's if you scale through. And this is Pavel, moved from a teacher to getting into tech. This is Bukola, applied the learn, package, apply strategy, moved from a non-tech background to a tech background. Ene did the same thing, currently works remotely for a company in Germany. Judith moved from being a carer to her very first tech job after passing through Analytics. Now, what you need to do now is to choose a career path. You pick one, and then you start building real portfolio projects. Okay, you start building projects, because nobody's going to hire you just because you said you know how to use AI. You have to show workings. What did I say? Show workings. Guys, I hope you filled out the attendance form. I hope you filled out the attendance form. I hope you filled out the attendance form. Give me a thumbs up if you have. Give me a thumbs up if you have. Just give me a quick thumbs up. Okay, great, fantastic one. Now let's go. Step three. Step three. You want to, you don't sell to everyone. Find a niche, okay, and then sell to those people. Target specific companies, target specific industries. That's how you get results. And then you want to land your first client or land your first job, and then from there you scale. Okay, from there you scale. From there you scale. These are some of the job boards you can actually apply to jobs on. These are just some, not all. Okay. You have Fiverr, Upwork, Built-in, Flex Jobs, LinkedIn, Wellfound, Jobspresso, Remote OK, Remote Co, Crossover, Micro1.ai. You can see I've mentioned even more than what's on my screen. So what's on the screen is just a tip of the iceberg. There are more and more and more. And the more you know, the more opportunities you open yourself to. Okay? The more opportunities you open yourself to. Now, the big question tonight, guys, is how can you start today? Now, before I tell you how you can start today, okay, let me quickly show you that slide. If not, I am already forgetting about the slide. Okay, I am already forgetting about the slide. Okay, I am already forgetting about the slide. Now, the slide is talking about three professionals. You can see these three men. Okay, these three professionals. Okay, and one of them, his name is Ade. He scrolls on LinkedIn every morning with a physical note in his stomach. Okay, every headline confirms his fear. AI will replace analysts. Developers are done. Designers are finished. So he's scared that AI will take his job. Okay, he's scared that AI will take his job. Okay, let's see what happens. So what happens? Out of fear, he doesn't upskill, he doesn't experiment, he avoids AI tools essentially because he has given up. Okay, now, okay, sorry about that. Now, what's the next thing? Let's refresh. Okay, so the second professional, her name is Bola. Sorry if your name is Bola here. Okay, I'm so sorry. If your name is Ade or Bola, I am so sorry. Okay, this is just AI. Blame the AI, don't blame me. AI created this, not Okay, I asked the AI, but I didn't give the AI names. It chose the names. Okay, so Bola does not care whatever AI does, and what's going to happen. Okay, she may not be wrong yet, but she will soon know that look, AI is not to be ignored. Okay, AI is not to be ignored. Look at where we are now. Okay, this is where we are now. Before you know it, the industry standard is going to go up, and Bola is still going to be here just because she ignored. So she is here now, or somewhere here now. She doesn't have any problem. But before you know it, she shall soon know. Okay, she would soon know. Now, where are we headed? Uh, let's wait for it to load. Let's wait for it to load. So now, this is the third professional, and this is who you want to be, guys. This is who you want to be, the builder. His name is Tunde. Okay, so if your name is Tunde and you are here, clap for yourself. Okay, he faces the same job market, the same pressures. Okay, he sees the same headline. Tunde reads the news differently. He says, AI is not my replacement, AI is my leverage. So instead of folding and giving up to AI, the question you want to ask yourself is, what AI skill do I know how to use now? What AI tool do I know how to use now? Do I know what prompt engineering is? Do I know what vibe coding is? Can I do AI automation? Okay, so that I can 10x my delivery, 10x my value to my organization and to the job market at large. That is the real question you want to start asking yourself. Okay, because AI has come here to stay. Okay, so this is the fearful one. He's trying to compete against AI and he loses. Bola is dismissive, does not care. Okay, also lose. Okay, Tunde is adaptive, sees AI as a leverage, and that is the only person that wins in the end. So AI is not going to replace you actually. It is somebody like you who knows how to use AI that will actually replace you if you don't take heed. Okay, so the future belongs to those who are adaptive. So if there's anything you take from this session tonight, okay, be, be that person that wants to be adaptive, regardless of what industry you are in. All right. And guys, I created this slide in like 10 minutes using AI. I just told it to create a slide that'll tell that'll depict three professionals. One is dismissive of AI, one leverages AI, and one is fearful of AI. Okay, so you can see the question really isn't will AI take my job? The real question is which person are you in that cafe? Are you the one who is frozen by fear of AI? Are you the one who's pretending nothing is happening? They are just hyping, it's just hype. Okay? Or are you the one who is quietly building their skills and tools and relevance? Who do you want to be? That's the question. Okay? Guys, clap for. Are you going to clap for me or the AI now? Okay? Say the truth. Or is it me you clap for or the AI? Will you clap for me or the AI? Tell me which one who are you clapping for? Let me know who you're clapping for, okay? You have to clap for me also, okay? Because without me, the AI is useless now, okay? The AI will not create the slide if I don't tell you to. So clap for me, okay? And then small for the AI, small like this for the AI. All right. So big question: How can you get started? Okay, because we can be here all night, talk about how glamorous and fantastic AI opportunities are, but if you don't answer the question, how can you start today and take action? Then it's a fruitless session. Okay, right now you can start in any of those 6 career paths here at Tenalytics Business at a heavy early discount. Now, the discount is not for everybody. Okay, that's the bad news. The discount is not for everybody, not for everybody, just a few people. Okay, and if you want to get the discount, I need you to listen attentively. Listen attentively. For you to get access to the premium packages on any of these particular courses, whether vibe coding, or AI video content creation, or AI automation engineering, or AI in data analytics, or AI for project manager to become like Aisha, and or AI in HR analytics, the full package without the discount. So if you are not interested in the discount, the amount is 250,000 naira. If you are interested in the early bird discount and you are willing to secure a spot tonight, you get an instant 40% early bird discount. It's not for everybody, just for a few people who will be securing their spots tonight. And I'll tell you how. Now, the interesting thing about the 150,000 is that you can split it into two. 75,000 now and 75,000 naira later, okay, towards the end of February or very early in March. All right, first week of March, you can balance up with the second installment. Now, if you don't have up to 75,000 naira to pay the first installment right now to secure your spot, you can lock down your spot by depositing anywhere between 25,000 to 40,000 naira. If you can deposit anywhere between 25,000 to 40,000 naira tonight, you instantly get access to the discount spot. So one discount spot is locked down for you. Okay, and I need just 7 people in tonight's session. Just 7 people. The slots are going very fast, so we have just 7 slots for tonight's session. Okay, so if you want to be one of the 7 people, go ahead and secure your spot. Either you can pay online. I'll show you how to do that in a minute, or you can take a screenshot of this. You can take a screenshot of this particular account detail to a Kuda bank account and do a direct transfer. Okay, 3002-668-546. Once you're done, send me a DM immediately for the next step. Send me a DM immediately. 0703-215-8619. You send me a DM immediately so we can move you to the next step. Okay, if you want to pay online, you can visit Tenalytics Business. Let me show you how that looks like. If you want to pay online, you visit this particular link. Let me paste it up in the chat for you guys. Oh, that's my LinkedIn link. Okay, why is it pasting my LinkedIn profile? That's strange. Okay, very strange. Copy. All right. So let's paste that up. Okay. So that is what you want to visit. Okay. Tenalyticsbusiness.ca/open programs. Okay. And then you come right here, you scroll all the way down, pick any program of your choice. Okay. You can, if you want to see the curriculum, the full curriculum, you can scroll, read through the curriculum, everything you'll be doing from week 1 to week 8, very detailed in there. And then you can register to secure your spot, and you can pay a minimum of 25,000 naira, okay, to secure your spot at least. So if you're securing your spot or you have secured your spot, type secured in the chat. If you're going to secure your spot tonight, okay, type secured in the chat. Okay, type secured in the chat. Type secured in the chat. So there are so many things you can do right now with AI. So account number 3002-668-546. Okay, it is Kuda. All right, and you're going to see the name Tenalytics Data and Strategy. So let me paste it up in the chat. 3002-668-546. Okay, you can copy it. I've pasted it in the chat. 3002-668-546. With just 25,000 naira tonight, you secure your spot, and then you can then top up to 75,000 naira before the February class starts. Okay, if you want to also start in March, when you're registering, you just pick March. Okay, and then you can wait until when the March cohort starts before you complete this first 75,000 naira installment. So some people who are very smart are doing that as well. Okay, so if you've secured your spot, please type secured so we can celebrate you. Now I would open the floor for questions. I'll take questions. Okay, and if you want to speak, you need to raise your hand up first. Okay, use the raise hand icon like so. All right, you raise your hand first, and then I'll call your name, and then you'll mute. Please do not unmute unless I call your name. Okay, and I'll take maybe 5 questions maximum. I'll take 5 questions. So use the raise hand icon if you want to ask questions. All right. If you want to ask me questions, use the raise hand icon so we can have a good time together. So let's see. Let me activate the microphones. Again, please do not unmute unless I call your name. Okay, except if you want me to call the bouncer in the house. There's a bouncer on this meeting. Okay, don't try the bouncer. Okay, so don't mute please until I call your name. So Ayodeji, your hand is up. You can okay, I can see your question already in the chat, so I'll just take it from there. What are the basic requirements for this course in terms of system requirements? So the truth is that first off, Ayodeji, what course are you talking about? Okay, that's the first question. What course are you talking about? Is it vibe coding? Is it project management? Which one are you interested in? And then I'll tell you what system requirements you should be looking at on the short and long run. You can type it in the chat or you can simply unmute. I'm giving you the opportunity to unmute. I heard Deji. Okay, I think Ayodeji is typing. I think Google Meet should update their meeting chat so that it can be like WhatsApp. I mean, for all the AI courses. So okay, if you're looking for something that works for all, okay, I don't know whether you're planning to take all. Ayodeji, are you planning to go on a Mission Impossible? Is that what you're planning?
No. I cannot take all. Since you said then each of the course costs 150k each.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of going for the content creation, but I need to know the requirement, the system requirement and all.
All right,
for
that's
content
fine.
creation.
All right, that's fine. Thank you very much. So now, for you to go for any of the courses, okay, I usually recommend a Core i3 at least, an 8 gig RAM at least. Core i3 8 gig RAM. So systems have generations, but I don't want to get into all of that. Okay, but the more recent, the better. Okay, so anything that falls within your budget usually works. Okay, you don't need to spend $1 million on a system just to take this course. Okay, something within the mid-range, okay, would actually work. I remember back then when I was still a novice, I didn't know anything about tech. In fact, I was not interested in tech. I bought a system and I pushed it to the limit without knowing until it crashed. And people started blaming me that why would I use a system like that for something like this? Okay, but that was then. Okay, but something around Core i3, Core i5, Core i7, okay, would work. And these systems you can get it at very reasonable pricing. Okay, very reasonable pricing. Okay, I would not recommend a shop for you so that you will not say, oh, Mohammed, you said I should buy from this person. All right, so it's all over the place. They're all over the place. They're on the internet. So you just get one for yourself and you're good to go. And probably you have one. You can start with that one while you plan on getting another one. Okay, you don't have to change the system yet. All right, if you already have a system, you possibly can start with that and then change later. All right, so I hope I answered the question, Ayodeji, and I hope you have benefited from the discount already. I hope you are benefiting from the discounts. Have you locked down your spot, Ayodeji? Have you already locked down your spot so that I can send your flowers to you? Have you locked down your spot so that I can send you your flowers? Ayodeji, I'm waiting for you. Ayodeji, are you leaving your spot for someone else? You better take your spot now before someone else claims it. Okay? Because people are already sending me DMs. They're already claiming their spot. Okay, they're already claiming their sports. Okay, I'm congratulating them. You can see me looking at my phone. Okay, people are securing their sports. Somebody just messaged me. Okay, if you are the one, congratulations. If you are the one that just texted me, give me a thumbs up. Let everybody see that you secured your sports. Or type secured. Let everybody know that you've secured your sport. Okay, Fantastic. Omo Bolanle Ademo. Fantastic one. Okay. So I've sent you a DM now, Omo Bolanle. So take a look at it. Ayodeji said, thank you very much. I have a PC, but unable to download some of the apps in one of the courses I attended. So I feel my system. What app did you try to download? Which course did you try to take? Okay, and it's not all the app you need to download. For example, what Aisha did, she did it online. Aisha, if you can still hear me, you can give a thumbs up. Did you have to download Miro or you just went online? You see, Aisha did it online. So that's why I said for most of the time, most of the AI tools you'd use, you don't actually have to download, and the one you need to download aren't really heavy. Okay, it's not Call of Duty, so it's not going to break your laptop. What did you try to download? You can let me know what you tried to download, IODG. And even at that, I think this is just a challenge to surmount. It's for you to surmount, not for it to turn to an excuse, so that when they ask you 1 year later, why didn't you join Analytics business? You now tell them, oh, you see, there was one course before Analytics business that I attended. I downloaded an app. It nearly broke my system. So I don't want anything to break my system. That's why I didn't join. And people will look at you like this. They're just looking at you. Okay, so let's surmount that problem. Okay, let's do it together. IODG. So secure a spot. Let's surmount that problem. And you know, it would be good. So I took AI automation. I was working on N10, so I was required to download to run it offline. So there are two options for N10. You can either run it online, okay, for free for 14 days, okay, or run it offline. So many people don't know how to download it. So because, for example, now I couldn't download it is a very wide range of errors that you can possibly get. Sometimes it may not be your system, it may just be the method that you're using. Okay, and we have a pool of experts. You have myself, you have Aisha, you have some other expert that are in the background that you've not seen. Okay, if I brought all of them here, you would know that excuse you are giving IODG, you are not supposed to give it. Okay, you are in good hands. So take the leap, okay, and let's see how that goes. Okay, due to your system being Windows 10. All right. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. So who else has a question? Who else has a question? Who else has a question? You want to ask me a question? You want to speak? Please raise your hand. Okay, Nelson says, my own system is backward. I will have to get another PC before I subscribe to any course. Okay, that's fine. Okay, but again, Nelson, there is a way a winner thinks. Okay, what separates a winner from others is mindset. All right, you need to get a system. Very good. That's a very good submission. How practical is that right now? Do you have like 500K to get a system right now to take the course? You have 500,000. If you have it, fine, go ahead, buy the system, right? If not, then what are the other options that you can practically take advantage of while you are still processing your system? Okay, again, somebody has said, oh, I tried to download this, it didn't work. You have not even tried to download anything. You just said your system is backward. What is backward? Tell me, is it those systems that have cathode ray tubes at the back? Do you know the cathode ray tube desktop systems? Do you know what cathode ray tube is? Is that what your system is like? All those systems that have hunchback. Okay, we used to have one at home back then. Is your system? You are laughing. So as long as your system is not like that, there is every likelihood that it could do majority of the things. Okay, it could do majority of the things. So we've not had the issue of people saying, oh, Windows 10, you can't use Windows 10. We've not had that issue before. Okay, so even if that issue comes up, we have problem solvers in-house. We're not scared of problems. Okay, as long as you are not the problem, as long as you as the person are not the problem, we're not scared of problems. Okay, so take the leap of faith, Nelson. Don't let anything hold you back. All right. So if you've secured your spot, these are your flowers, okay? If you have not, please unmute and tell me what you're waiting for. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for the session to elapse and all the 5 or 7 slots to go away? Is that what you're waiting for? Is that what you're waiting for? The economy is not going to wait for you. AI is not going to wait for you. Okay? Nothing is going to wait for you. So are you taking it now or you're leaving it? Are you taking it or leaving it? So while you are answering that question, let me show you something interesting again. Let me show you something interesting. Let me show you guys something interesting. Where is it? Where is Notebook LM? Let me show you something interesting. So you see those 3 professionals. I built a video also. This is Notebook LM. It's an AI tool. All right. Let's see the video. I've not watched the video. So let me okay, before I play the video, right? Let me stop sharing, share my screen so you can hear the audio of the video. All right, you can hear the audio of the video so you can enjoy it with me. I've not watched it before. I literally just created it. So I want you to enjoy it with me, okay? Enjoy the video with me. So let's see. Let's make it full screen. Once I start playing the video, okay, I want you to give me a thumbs up if you can hear the audio. Okay, when I start playing it, I want you to give me a thumbs up if you can hear the audio.
Today, I want to tell you a story. It's a kind of modern parable, really, about how we're all navigating this crazy new age of AI. It's about 3 professionals, and it all boils down to one simple question. Which one are you?
So, our story kicks off in a place you've probably been 1,000 times. A cafe, a scene that's playing out in cities all over the world, right now. 3 professionals, 1 little table, and 3 completely different ways of seeing the future.
You can almost feel it, right? That early morning vibe. The day is brand new, full of potential, and the city is just starting to wake up and hum with energy.
Yeah, it's that familiar soundtrack. You know, distant car horns, the hiss of the coffee machine, the clicking of laptop keys. It's the sound of ambition and, let's be honest, of deadlines that are getting way too close. And this is where we zoom in, right here, in this cafe. We've got 3 people, all living in the same city, dealing with the same economy, and facing the exact same AI revolution. But as you're about to see, their mindsets are worlds apart.
So first up, let's talk about the mindset of fear. This is something I think a lot of us can relate to. That little knot in your stomach when you think about what's coming next.
Let's call our first professional Ade. Every morning, he's scrolling through the news on his phone, and every single headline about AI just confirms his worst fears about his career, his skills, and his future.
And this is the thought that just stops him in his tracks. It's a question that comes straight from a place of fear, and it leads to one thing: doing nothing. He sees AI as this impossible finish line, so he thinks, why even bother starting the race?
And here's the really powerful irony in all this. Ada is so terrified of being replaced by AI that he just freezes. He stops learning. He won't touch the very tools that could actually help him. And in doing that, he makes his own fear come true. He ends up replacing himself just by standing perfectly still.
Okay, now let's look across the table. We're going to find a completely different reaction to all this, but one that's just as dangerous. This is Bola. Now, she sees the exact same headlines as Ade, but her reaction isn't fear at all. It's dismissal. She's experienced, she's confident, and to be frank, she's just not bothered by any of it. You can just hear it in her voice, can't you? That confidence. She thinks her 10 years of experience is...
Guys, I had to post it here. Can you see AI? AI is speaking pidgin. Please tell me, what is this? My AI is speaking pidgin. I just had to post it there for a while. Let's enjoy. Let's continue enjoying it.
like a suit of armor. To her, AI is just the latest buzzword, a temporary trend that's not going to touch the real work. And you know what? She's not totally wrong, for now.
But here's the thing. While Bola is busy ignoring the so-called trend, the world around her is definitely not. Her coworkers are using AI to get reports done in minutes, Fresh graduates are walking into the office with these skills already baked in. And it's not like Bola gets fired, nothing that dramatic. She's just quietly falling behind. She's not replaced, she's just being left in the dust. So there you have it. Two totally different paths, right? One is fueled by fear, the other by total dismissal. But look at where they both end up. A day freezes up and Bola gets left behind. They both arrive at the exact same destination, irrelevance. But wait, there's a third person at this table. And this brings us to the hero of our story, the one who shows us the way forward. Let's talk about the builder. Finally, we meet Tunde. He's in the same job market, reading the same scary headlines, and feeling the same pressures as Ade and Bola.
Guys, is it just me or Tunde has like 3 hands? Is it just me?
The difference? His entire perspective is on another level.
This right here is the game changer. This one little shift in how you think changes absolutely everything. Tunde doesn't see a threat. He sees a tool. He doesn't see an enemy. He sees a chance to amplify his own skills. For him, AI isn't his replacement, it's his leverage.
And we're not just talking about some vague positive thinking mantra here. No, this is about real, concrete actions. He's learning how to talk to AI to get smarter results. He's building out ideas faster than ever. He's automating all the boring, repetitive stuff so he can focus on what actually matters. He's actively using these tools to become not just a little better, but like 10 times faster. He's built.
And look at the results. By using AI as leverage, Tunde creates way more value, which makes him harder to replace, not easier. He literally elevates his job. He goes from being just a worker to being a strategic problem solver. He's not competing against AI, he's competing with AI as his superpower.
So, what's the big lesson here from our 3 professionals in the cafe? Well, it points to a much bigger, more important truth about AI and all of our careers.
Let's be crystal clear on this, because this gets right to the heart of AI's fear. The big, scary headline is always, AI is coming to replace you. But that's not actually the real threat.
The truth is, someone who knows how to use AI will replace you. That's the uncomfortable, but also kind of empowering reality of the situation. The fight isn't you against a machine, it's you against another person who has figured out how to use the machine to get ahead. So in the end, the future belongs to the adaptive ones, the Tundes of the world. The professional who wins isn't the one who's scared of the future or the one who ignores it. It's the one who adapts to it.
And that, of course, brings this whole story right back home, back to us, back to you. Because this was never just a story about 3 fictional people in a cafe.
So I'll leave you with this question. Which person are you? When you're sitting there in the morning thinking about your day, are you Ade, frozen by the headlines? Are you Bola, pretending this is all just hype that'll go away? Or are you Tunde, quietly learning, experimenting, and building your leverage for whatever comes next? The choice, in the end, is yours.
Wow. Wow. Who else was wowed? To imagine that I created that video while just casually, like Aisha was presenting and I was like, you know what? Let me just create it and show you guys. Okay, and that was it. The same prompt I used to create a slide was what I used to create a video. Okay, and I can use it to create a mind map. So it's again, the big question is, are you just going to sit down and not take any action, or really take an action? Because in 2026, it's really about action. Action builds momentum. Okay, action builds momentum. All right, action builds momentum. So if you don't take action, even if you agree that, oh yes, I agree with whatever Mohammed and Aisha said tonight, but you don't take action, it's still zero, sadly. Okay, sadly, that's the truth. So what action are you taking right now? All right, right now the early bird discount is on. Is that what you want? Or you'd rather pay the full amount? Guess what? Anyone you choose is fine by me, because at least you're still going to start the journey. Okay, the worst decision is to be like Bola. Let me call it like the AI. The AI said Bola. So let me not say Bola, because there may be a Bola in this meeting now, and the Bola will just mark my face that this guy, you use my name in the AI. All right. So that's just on a lighter note. Okay. So do you want to be like Bola, or you want to be like Ade, or you want to be like Tunde? Which of them do you want to be like? So the question is yours. The discount is on the table. Um, the decision is yours. Are you gonna take action, or you're gonna watch it fly away? If you're still here, I don't need to ask you whether you're interested in this. You being here up till this point shows that you're interested. The only thing that is left, if you've not done so, is for you to take action. So take action. Don't let this slide past you. Okay, AI has come to stay, whether you like it or not. So you don't even have to like it. All right, it has come to stay. The choice is yours for you to either be the one who would just ignore it, or the one who is scared and it amounts to no action, like Ade. Or you want to be like Tunde, who, okay, this is good, let's learn how to use it. Okay. And you have the professionals on ground who would guide you all the way. So bottom line, take action. Send me a DM immediately after. Okay, 0703-215-8619 on WhatsApp, so we can confirm your registration. You can also send a DM to 0811-374-7156. Okay, 0811-374-7156, and you are good to go. So once again, if you've secured your spot, congratulations. If you have not, please ask the question, why? Why haven't you? What's holding you back? Okay. Cheers, guys, and have a wonderful, wonderful night's rest. I really enjoyed this session. I learned a lot from Aisha. I hope you learned a lot as well, and it was worth your time at least. See you guys on the inside. Cheers.